Can we get a count? Hey, what's going on?
Free country!
How do you spell that?
That is also journalistic work product, just for all you guys here.
Nimus is pronounced?
From your preliminary assessment, what rights do you see here that potentially were violated of people?
Well, I think they held them without a warrant. There wasn't a warrant on site. We asked to see the warrant at 115, and we're not showing the warrant.
Group number 3.
I know, but you're
Get your hands off her!
step back.
Free country!
Can you tell us why they think
We've already been advised. The public information officer is going to talk to people
It's
and
already
answer
invited.
questions. We're not going to answer any questions right now, and we're asking you to honor our perimeter.
They've been invited by the homeowner.
Can you tell us why they've been arrested? This is
We're executing a search warrant right now, and that's all I'm telling you. And I'm telling you that a public information officer will answer your questions.
Where is
and that is it. I do not know.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Mike Whalen. I own the house.
How do you spell your last name?
W-H-A-L-E-N.
Okay. You own the house?
I own the house.
Okay.
And I was allowing the media crew to stay in an unoccupied half of the duplex.
Different address?
Different address.
What's your connection with the media folks?
Nothing. No connection. People needed places to stay. And I support the work they do. I think it's really important.
Your wrist looks irritated.
I'm not used to being handcuffed. I think the last time I was handcuffed was in 1971. So.
Can you explain what happened?
At about 1 o'clock, I was in the house. I heard noise on the front porch, and that's when the police came on both sides of the house and to the front. They never came in the house, but they were heavily armed, and then we just waited. I called all the media that I could. I called our city councilman, and people did come. It was really good. But and then probably about an hour ago, they came with a search warrant. What?
The cops showed up with a warrant.
Search warrant. Now they say they took nothing. So, and the search warrant is for 951 Eaglehart, which is where I live here. They were saying at 949, but they said that they have an addendum that adds 949 to it. It's signed by Judge Janice Smith.
Judge Janice Smith.
And do they have an addendum?
Or Joanne Smith or Janice Smith.
Janet Smith?
Something like,
Judge Joanne M.
Smith.
And that's the state district court.
District court.
Is there any explanation of what they're looking for?
Packages and contents, firearms, ammunition, holsters, cleaning equipment for firearms, weapons, devices that may be used as weapons, hazardous materials, devices for delivering and deploying hazardous materials against persons and properties, photos, writings which tend to show ownership, use, or possession of firearms and weapons, photos, writings, images which show association with or involvement in terrorism, direct violent action, threats to law enforcement and or government officials. Mail or other evidence which tends to identify individuals living or staying at this property, cell phones, computers, pagers, and other communication devices, power cords, chargers. Electronic data relating to the above.
Electronic data.
And then, but they say they took nothing of value taken.
I keep going,
the possession of the property above described constitutes a crime. The property above described is in the possession of a person with intent to use such property as a means of committing a crime. The property above described constitutes evidence which tends to show a crime has been committed, or tends to show that a particular person has committed a crime.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime? Is there any reason why they would have probable cause?
No. never.
When did they give you that warrant?
They showed this when they handcuffed me, and then they just gave it to me now, when they unhandcuffed
Before
me.
they brought the warrant, were they preventing you from leaving the house?
Anybody who left the house was detained.
What are you doing when you're not getting arrested?
Pardon me?
What are you doing when you're not getting arrested? What's your
I work in a restaurant.
Thank you.
So if they're not taking anything, is everybody else released?
Everybody, I was the first one released, but everybody is released.